Food of the gods, now we drift. You casting a shadow, boy, watch your six. We gotta be great and create assists. Then we can relax and sit back and sip. Food of the gods, now we drift.
Yo, what's good? This your boy Anomaly Da God, Lamar Titan, the Bronze Buck, a man of many names. Finally trying to get something set up here to do something a little different. I don't want to go out on a limb and call this a podcast or anything like that. Honestly, this me setting up a mic and just kind of speaking what's on my mind. A lot of you that already know me, I'm an underground hip-hop artist. A lot of you also know me from the professional wrestling world. I'm an independent professional wrestler as well. And yeah, man, I'm going to be talking about a little bit of everything. But today, specifically on my mind, I wanted to start with what hip-hop is, man. You know what I mean? Hip-hop, you're going to hear that word a lot out of my mouth and my music, everything, because hip-hop is everything to me, you know what I'm saying? Hip-hop is what I live, you know what I mean? I saw a post not too long ago from an article that says something along the lines of, is old music killing new music, or something to that effect. And it just really made me think. But as I looked at the article and I listened to a few people online talking about what the article was saying, it's like the 70s, 80s, and 90s, even shit, early 2000s, like you had a sense of a peak of the music. And I don't think that's necessarily killing new music. I just think that music had a different energy to it, and people still flock to that music. Even in 2022, you get people looking for the nostalgia of that height of the music. And all my people within the hip-hop world can understand that, because when we was going through the droughts, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, hip-hop, it's been a rocky road. And to say that, let me clarify. I'm only 34 years old. I can say only because I feel young. Somebody else might be like, damn, you're old, boy. But I'm 34 years old, so I wasn't there during the origins of hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? The origins of hip-hop come out of the 1970s in the Bronx, New York. You know what I'm saying? And the origins of hip-hop comes from people creating something out of the pain of their conditions at the time, you know what I'm saying? Poverty, the drug world that was all around at the time, you know what I'm saying? Dealing with discrimination, just coming out of the 60s, and the 60s was, anybody who know history can go back into the 60s and see what people of color went through in the 60s. And all of that pain, all of that anguish, and the conditions, the poverty, the welfare, just the state of what was going on. From all of that, like a coal under pressure, popped this diamond called hip hop. And, you know, with me only being 34, I wasn't there for the inception. So I'm not going to sit here and talk about it as if I was right there when it happened, you know what I'm saying? But my love for hip hop started for me at a young age. And throughout my lifetime, I've decided to just kind of become almost a historian on it, or to just go back through and really hear the sounds of the times. And I go through eras of listening to different emcees that rose to prominence in different times, even going back to the origins of, you know what I'm saying, the beat tapes and the breaks and stuff like that, or, you know, all the way back to that faithful after back to school party, who was arguably, or who we all call the father of hip hop, DJ Kool Herc, through a back to school party, and it's known as the very first hip hop party. And I can almost get emotional about it, because, like I said, this is something that just runs through every fiber of my being, is hip hop. But yeah, it's a vast subject, because there are also different areas of hip hop that people love. And I've been in many barbershops, many settings, group settings where brothers get into debates about their area of hip hop and what they love about it, and defending it from, old heads defending, you know what I'm saying, your Big Daddy Kane's, KRS-Ones, and Rakims to, kind of brothers around my area of who we grew up on, listening to your Nas, your Jay-Z's, your Biggs, your Pacs, and then you got some of the younger kids who came in after, which is also still my era, but I was already listening to it. But then you got, your 50 Cents, your Games, your Jeezys, Gucci's, and Drake's, and all Drake's more, I guess, the newer age, the 2010s plus, your Drake's, your Kendrick's, your J. Cole's, and stuff like that. Another subject that is that can be controversial is the connection of the newer generation of music, or the new wave music, in connection to hip hop. So, like, this is just my outlook on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's what it is. Just my outlook on it. If anything that has the elements of hip hop is still hip hop. Hip hop to me isn't just a genre. Hip hop to me is an underlining that many things come from. You get what I'm saying? Hip hop is the spirit of that music. You know what I'm saying? Some people make what I call true hip hop, whereas every part of it is hip hop. A MC often referred to as almost like the archetype of what hip hop is shout out to the God Nas. I believe Nas, in his standing, in his lyrical ability, in everything he does, the way he moves, his business, his music, everything, he is the archetype of an MC within the hip hop realm. He is hip hop. You get what I'm saying? So you got your true hip hop, and then you got, in the newer age or in the new wave, you got, guys that, pick up and took hold to the auto tune more, and the content, I don't believe is as, doesn't have as much depth as it once did back in the day, and but we can't just clip them off of the hip hop tree. Like, we can't. I know, people say, oh, that shit ain't hip hop or whatever like that, but the elements of it do come from hip hop. If that boy picking up a mic and he rhyming over some beats, that's an element of hip hop, So we can't clip them off. But as everything evolves, so it goes, the music industry has kind of always been in the hands of the youth. We were young when we were out here on our hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So, the youngsters cling more to this music that I feel it's a creative outlet, and we can't take anybody's creative outlet from them. So, if they want to make, I don't want to call it mumble rap, because I feel like that's kind of demeaning, but just this new age, swing, this new age vibe riding, more melodic kind of, you know what I'm saying? It kind of just riding a vibe, riding a, you know what I mean? It's some good out here. Like, I can't finna sit here in front and act like I don't listen to no new wave, because I do listen to a lot of new wave. Artists right now who, I've been preaching and listening to for a while, and I feel like he's got like kind of a hold on like this new age bounce, and it's great fucking music. Kid out of Germany, by the name of ZZ Gibson. ZZ, she been out here for a while. First time I heard him was on a track with a Korean MC by the name of Keith 8. And yeah, I dig deep, man. Y'all gonna see it. Y'all gonna hear a lot of names. I'm like, who the fuck do this nigga be listening to? Like, I dig in the crates, bro. Like, I really mine for my music. I dig deep for music, because I love to hear something fresh and new. But a Korean MC by the name of Keith 8, some years back, he went viral it was like a clip of one of his video or one of his songs, and it's on a dope ass beat, and it sound like they call it like Korean trap or something like that, and he saying like the arigato kind of thing, and everybody was kind of just sharing it or whatever. That's when I first heard him. I was like, wait, the Korean trap though? So I had to check him out, and I ain't gonna lie, I love Keith Ape. I still bump shouts to Keith Ape. I still bump Keith Ape to this day. But that's the first place I heard Azizi on. They had a track together, and I'm just like, who the fuck is this dude? This hook. He was on a hook. His hook was fucking amazing, and I tapped into him, and bro, Azizi is cold, and like it's not necessarily your traditional true hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But it's an evolution of it, and that's a part of the reason I love hip hop music so much, is because you know what you grew up loving, and you know the contents of that, but to hear the evolution of it or hear how guys take that and make it their own thing, that's a part of why I love it so much. I feel like the newer age with the music, like we can't clip them from the hip hop tree just because we don't think it's hip hop. Now, what I will say is the content. That's my main issue with the newer music, is the content and the individuality. Like me personally, it's hard for me to tell a lot of these new guys apart, like because it all sounds the same. It's kind of the same wave ride, the same kind of flow almost over almost these kind of same sounding beats. You know what I mean? But um, with the new age guys, the content for me, I feel like, and this goes back to kind of what I started this with, talking about the article that I saw about his old music killing new age music or whatever. But again, I feel like it was a different spirit to it back in the day, and people still relate with that, which is why they go back, and it's still high numbers of old school music being consumed. And the new age music, nothing against it, but these guys, you can almost kind of feel that, they more money oriented, or, just talking about something that maybe a lot of the demographic can't relate with. So I guess to explain this, I got to kind of go back and explain the original 5 elements of hip hop. The original 5 elements of hip hop are you got your breakdancing, you got your graffiti artists, you got your DJs, you got your MCs, and then the 5th element was the knowledge of self-consciousness. And those were the 5 elements of hip hop at one point in time. I mean, they still are. I'm not gonna, say they're not. But with that being said, with the new age music, I feel like a lot of the content is more glorifying, the degradation of our people, the violence, the drugs. You know what I'm saying? We live in an era where it's normal and like high content to glorify, our people killing other people. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? The murder rap or whatever. Not saying it wasn't already in the music. Don't get me wrong, but it was a difference. For Brother Drop, back in the day, back in the 90s or the 80s, for Brother Step to me, they get dropped. It seemed to have a different energy behind it. But now we just in an age where like it's cool to talk about, killing the ops and you know what I'm saying, and just like this murder rap kind of thing. And I feel like that puts a negative spirit into the music, especially if that's all you're talking about. Brothers dropping whole albums, 15 tracks of killing niggas. You get what I'm saying? It's like, damn, is that all the content is going to, So that's my own personal disconnect from the newer generation. Not saying everybody's doing it. Everybody's not doing it. Another MC out of Chicago, actually, that I really respect, and I love his style, and I love the way he goes about the music. Is Mick Jenkins. Mick Jenkins is a really good MC out of Chicago, very diverse, uh, very, Afrocentric, and just an abstract mind out here in the music, and is really appreciated, like a breath of fresh air from coming from, Chicago, mostly being dominated nowadays by the drill rappers. You get what I'm saying? And it's just the diversity that a person yearns for. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I got 30, 40, 50 drill rappers I could listen to. Where's the hip hop? You know what I mean? Where's Chicago's hip hop? And that's kind of like a personal journey I've put on my own back in making my own music. I wrote my first rhyme when I was 12 years old. That's 1999. I wrote my first rhyme. I grew up with my best friend. I grew up in a small town in Michigan called Muskegon Heights. And my best friend at the time that I called my brother, we grew up like brothers, Hershey, the Incredible Genius, he was making beats. And I mean, this dude started making beats off like a video game. I don't know if y'all remember this old video game came out in the 90s called the MTV Music Generator. And he had bought this beat game. I came over to his house. I come over, we game and kick it and shit like that, listen to music. I came over and he messing with this game. I was like, the MTV Music Generator, what the? And he's sitting there making beats. And I'm like, damn. He's sitting there, he cranking out memory cards. Remember the memory cards sticking to PlayStation back in the day? My man's got memory cards of beats. So I'm like, well, shit. I found interest in wanting to write. I'm finna start writing more. Shit, if you give me beats, I'm gonna rap over them bitches. You know what I mean? And that kind of started it all. And, he would make beats. I asked him for whatever beats I was messing with. I rhyme over them. Led to me making a little demo tape that don't many people have. Shit, I damn near ain't got access to that motherfucker because it's on a hard drive of an old computer of mine. I got to get it pulled off of there because I think that'll be pretty interesting to circulate for y'all to hear like my humble beginnings. But it was like a 5-track demo called Life Without Breathing, and I'm definitely rapping over some Hershey's beats on there, and that's where it started. I moved here to Chicago when I was 15, and started rhyming here. Of course, a bigger city, the rap element gonna be something different, gonna be tougher. You know what I mean? Gang tough skin here, and I mean we was old school with it here. I mean we was out on the blocks, ciphers on the corner, motherfuckers in a circle rhyming. You know what I'm saying? And we did it correct. You know what I mean? Like, and motherfuckers wasn't caught with no weak bars. Like, don't be caught weak. Like, cause we got the ciphers out on the block. Motherfuckers got fresh rhymes wrote, ready, memorized. You know what I'm saying? Cause you don't want to get caught weak out here. And that's how we came up. We kind of toughened each other up on the music tip. Started rhyming here. Started a little group with a few of my people off the block, and we called it Lyrically Speaking, LS. Lyrically Speaking. I went to Bogan Technical High School. It's on like 79th and Pulaski, on the south side, and man, so many musical people came out of the high school. Like everybody was rapping there. One notable person I went to high school with, and it was always some music shit with this dude. I mean, motherfuckers was lined up in the lunchroom to battle my mans because he was just sitting over there eating niggas. You get what I'm saying? URL battle rapper from the shot, Big T, Big Tuna. Shouts out to Big T. T was like our resident beast. You know what I'm saying? In high school, everybody knew, man, you can go in the lunchroom, try to battle Big T, to make you better, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, Big T would be set up in the lunchroom, back to the wall, at a lunch table, and it's a line of niggas that come up and battle him and shit like that. And you know, T ate off that shit, and you know, he went on URL do his thing. You know, big ups and shouts to T and Quiet Money. But yeah, those are the type of elements we were in there with, even in high school. So like it was that like music was an everyday thing to us, you know. What motherfuckers wore, motherfucker hit up sports and fashion over the weekend, get fitted caps, get, you know, suits and shit like that, suede, Shine John, nigga, Tibbs, bro, you know, like we was living that shit. Hit up the jewelry stores and it's got chains and shit, recording demos, dissing niggas, dissing crews, like it was really that for us. And you know, in hindsight, I look back at it and I'm like, damn, that really helped mold motherfuckers in this music shit. I recorded my first studio mixtape, and I mean mixtape by like the actual definition, like mixtape. Like I'm rapping over like other beats, and you know, just really kind of like a flood, just getting it out. I dropped in 2010, and it was called The Rap Report Volume 1. And I mean, it's like 19 tracks of just spitting. Don't get me wrong, I got hooks and stuff in there too. I've always prided myself on my ability to put together hooks, you know. So, you know, I was always, you know, standard verse and hook nigga, you know what I mean? I got some in there was, you know, you just needed to flow. A hook wasn't necessary, just flowed or whatever. But that mixtape is like, it's just the essence of mixtapes. It's a whole bunch of beats. I got custom beats, I got industry beats. A motherfucker just rapping over beats. It's an actual mixtape. And I dropped that in like 2010, and you know, got that out there to the, you know, to circulate a little bit. And I came back with a second installment of that in 2015. Yeah, it was 5 years later. 2015, the Rap Report Volume 2. Again, same concept, just, you know, spitting over beats, getting a little more refined, and you know, how I'm spitting and, you know, finding my beat pocket and, you know, subject matter, topicals and stuff like that. But I pride myself and everybody I was around growing up. We prided ourselves on our lyrical ability. Like motherfuckers could really spit. You know, we were MCs. We had to take that shit serious. Lyrics had to be tight. Metaphors, entendres, multis, ins, outs. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole works. And even that, I found myself in a situation where I had the ability to be a part of something, and I learned a lot of that in. And that was it was an old like online forum website type thing that we found like in high school. We was young, you know, and we found that it was called Rap Dogs. Shout out to anybody who was a part of Rap Dogs or remember Rap Dogs. Like we really studied our shit on that site. Motherfuckers battled on that bitch. You could go into different forums on there and really learn to hone your craft. They was teaching you different setups for your shit or whatever. But like, hey, Rap Dogs put a lot of niggas on. Rap Dogs was the shit. But as a young MC trying to get your shit together, just finding this online community of other MCs from around the world doing the same thing, it was just a dope experience. So when a motherfucker say we really went to school for this shit, like that's what we mean. But yeah, so like those first two mixtapes, Rap Report 1 and 2, which the Rap Report 2 I do have online. It's on if anybody's familiar with audiomac.com. Rap Report 2 is on AudioMac. Rap Report 1 probably isn't really circulating online. No, you know what? It's on my SoundCloud. The Rap Report 1 is on my SoundCloud. But I think I'll take the time to like really just kind of refine them and maybe put them in more in circulation so people can just kind of hear where it all started, where it came from. And those were like really getting myself set to like really get out here. Then as I got older, I started to seek a better quality, and you know what I mean, and seek, a better sound, and started, experimenting, going to different studios and working with different technicians and stuff. And all of that accumulated to 2019, me dropping a long-awaited tape called Apocalypse, the Abstract Tape. I dropped that Christmas Eve 2019. Still to this day, one of my favorite works. Like I said, it was a long time coming. It's kind of getting a lot out. It changed shape multiple times while recording it. But I was really proud of the way that came out. That's streaming on major streaming platforms. You can go check that out right now. Spotify, iTunes, wherever you pick your poison. You can check out Apocalypse, the Abstract Tape, which will be followed up by another tape called Slide Del Vecchio. Slide Del Vecchio I dropped the summer of the pandemic, which was 2020, September 2020. Slide Del Vecchio, which brings me current day to last year, dropping probably one of my best works to date. Worked with a producer from the Netherlands named Beatenaunt. Shouts out to Beatenaunt, all the way over the pond. We linked up early 2021. We linked up. I was shopping for beats, ran into some of his product. I'm like, man, my man's was just cold on the samples, and I've always, like, it's like an MC's dream to find like that producer that just almost every sound you feel like it's just like catered to you. I will put it, my phrase would be my own personal alchemist. Shouts out to Alchemist, who is arguably my favorite producer. I just love how abstract the sounds he used and how deep his crate knowledge is, and I just love his sound. I'm a huge Mobb Deep fan, so for him to produce for Mobb Deep for so long, and just some of Mobb's beats by Alchemist and what he did, it was just amazing. So to find my own personal Alchemist, as I put it later in life, and beats in it, it was like a dream come true. So I had a project in the hole I was already working on called Huddle Number 90. I ended up pushing that to the side to do a project fully produced by Beatenaunt, and we went with the title of The Higher Board, as I'm a huge chess advocate, huge chess fan. The Higher Board, and it was originally a 7-track EP. Features on there from my boy Solid, Gutter Solid, shout out Solid Grub on IG. My brody Cariz, the MC, shout out Cariz. Those are the only 2 features on there. I had 2 joints from Solid, and I had 1 joint from Cariz on them. And man, it was just straight bars, lyrics, just doing what I do over these fucking fine ass sample beats, man. This boom bap grimy sound that I love in the beats. Originally, like I said, a 7-track EP. After the response, after we dropped the Higher Board, we dropped the Higher Board in August 13th, 2021. That's also available on all streaming sites. After getting the response from the Higher Board that we did, I'm like, damn, shit, I could pump out a few more, and we could do a deluxe. And Beatenaunt was down, so we pumped out a deluxe. The deluxe has 4 extra tracks on it, 2 extra features. The extra features from my homie Early Time General, coming from Far Rock, shouts out, and my homie Baby Graham here, also from Chicago. And me and Graham have worked together before. My man's a fucking wizard on the mic. Baby Graham at Early Time, the extra features on there, 4 extra tracks. The Higher Board Deluxe Edition is out now. I dropped that one in December, and it's been circulating since. And it's circulating now. It's doing good numbers. I just recently got notification that I was given a #1 spot on a Spotify playlist. Shouts out to True Music Entertainment for the #1 spot. That track that's #1 on there is "Don't Blame Us," featuring Early Time General. It's one of my personal favorites off the project. So if y'all get a chance, go check that out. I'll make sure to put a link up on my IG and everything. But yeah, the Highboard Deluxe out now, circulating. I'm getting amazing feedback from it. I'm humble from everybody who what I'm saying, supported and showing love to the project. And this is the beginning of 2022, man. There's so much more coming. I'm definitely gonna be doing more of this. I'm trying to get more content on my YouTube, and you know what I mean. Just get more content out there in general. I owe y'all some music videos. Pardon me. I get lost in the art of writing. I got 1 million songs wrote, and motherfuckers like, bro, we need visuals. And I know I got 1 million ideas up here. I just gotta, get the right team together and get the right videographer and just make it happen. Who can, somebody who can work with me and get those creative ideas out with and work that out. But I got much more coming. 2022 has just begun. The Hidden Coliseum, we got shit coming. I got other artists that's gonna be rolling out too. Gutter Solid, my homie Solid, we got an EP we working on with him right now that we gonna get out, and that'll be under the Hidden Coliseum label. It'll most likely be fully produced by Beatenaunt, who works closely with the Hidden Coliseum. We got the Hidden Coliseum compilation coming. Got a couple cross tapes coming out. I'm gonna do a cross tape with my homie Early Time General from Far Rock. The Anomaly of Rare Form. Working on that. We're gonna get that out to y'all soon, hopefully by the summer. So we got a lot of stuff lined up, man. It's a lot of stuff coming. And I do this for the love. Again, going all the way back to what I started this with. I do this for the love of hip hop, man. Hip hop, like I said, is my life. Everything I do is hip hop. I live hip hop. I walk, I talk, I breathe hip hop. And that's just what it is. So I'm always gonna stay true to that. And my soul ties directly to my pen. So I can't shortchange that by, doing something my heart isn't into. Yeah, man, this is just a start off. Just wanted to start this off and, get us a try. Like I said, I'm trying to get more content up here. I'm gonna do more of these. It'll get better as we go, but I gotta start somewhere, baby. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up off here. I'm at about 30 minutes now. I feel like that's good for a start off. Just hip hop talk, man, but it's gonna be much more. I'm gonna be talking all types of stuff from hip hop, wrestling, consciousness, self-consciousness, self-awareness. I'm gonna be talking a lot of that shit, man. What's going on and social media and the media in general, what's going on in the world. Many subjects we're gonna cover, but this is just a start off. So I'm gonna get up off this thing. I appreciate y'all. Your boy Anomaly Da God signing off. And I'll holler at y'all next time. You heard? Nah.
Hidden Coliseum in the building. Man once told me death is certain, but fear's an option. And I'ma face that, baby. I tried to tell him I'm a man of many secrets, baby. I know what to tell him. It's a lot of cigarillo smoke inside my cerebellum.